Welcome to this edition of Time Out with Elo David. I want to sincerely appreciate all those who have been online with us for some time and also asking questions and also giving their own perspective. As I said yesterday, we are working on a lot of things, and very soon we'll be having more better and more clearer picture as we begin to put things in place. Yesterday we talked about role models, and we talked about government being able to be role models, to show good example to our youth. Now we are saying this because BHF Foundation is a youth organization. We deal with the youth, we speak with the youth, and each time we talk to them, most of the things they say about the government, about those in power, most of them are true. They are true, and it's so sad because when you have a system where the government is becoming a bad role model to the youths, it's sad. The government is made up of the executive, the legislature, and also the judiciary. And so the best role model that the country will ever have, that the youth will have, is good leadership from governors and sincerity from governors. So recently we saw what the EFCC does, what the FCC did. I think it was in Lagos or so, where over 100 cars and youth were arrested for Yahoo, what is called Yahoo, or internet fraud. It's good. It's a welcome development because we need to stop painting the country in bad light. We need to be able to see that we stop internet fraud completely, because it's an embarrassment to the nation. Even those who have sincere business to do with Nigerians, we find it very difficult because of the acts of few youths, which has been going on for a very, very long time. But one of the ways I believe we can stop this is not just good governance, but we must show that there are consequences. There are consequences. So we discussed this the last time, that there are consequences. By the time they know that nobody is above the law, they see that there are consequences for every wrong action you do. Then you find out that the youth should be easily corrected. But a situation where we find ourselves in a country where the politicians seems to be above the law. I remember what the EFCC chairman said at that time when they were looking for Bello, Yaya Bello, when they say he stole over 100 billion, he embezzled over 100 billion naira when he was in office as a governor. I remember the EFCC chairman was so angry when Yaya Bello ran away and they couldn't see him. He was nowhere to be found. The EFCC declared him wanted, and they were doing everything possible. For months they couldn't get him. And the governor of the state of Kogi State then was at large. He could not be seen. And I remember also that the EFCC chairman, for those outside this country, EFCC is the Economic and Financial Crime Commission. The EFCC chairman declared him, not only declared him wanted, and said he vowed that he would rather resign than allow him to go scot-free, that he must be prosecuted. Now it's like a drama. Later we read in the paper how the Yaya Bello himself walked to EFCC and drove out again. Nothing was done. And now later he was arrested. They took him to court. After 2 months, he's released. He's now at home. That's just one case. So we begin to see lack of sincerity in tackling the issue of corruption. And you begin to ask yourself, is the EFCC set up to deal with Yahoo boys alone, internet fraud alone? But people must be punished. Now we hear of the former governor of Delta State who embezzled 1.something trillion. He strolled to EFCC office and strolled back. He's now at home attending parties. We also hear of the former accountant general who was accused for stealing by 120 billion. Now, the kind of money these government officials and politicians embezzle that you hear on the newspaper, it gives you headache, it gets you much worried, and nothing much is done. And the EFCC is paying a lot of attention of those who They fraud $100, $200, and the rest. And in as much as it is bad, it must be stopped. But is that Nigeria's major problem now? Why is it that we are majoring on the minor and we are minoring on the major? There are a lot of fraud that is taking place. What kind of example are we setting for the youth? That the only thing you need to do, a young man was telling me the other time when we were discussing, he said the only thing you need to do in this country is to steal enough. Once you steal enough to settle security agency, to settle the judiciary, you will be free. Now, if our laws are faulty, then let's do everything possible to see how we can be able to enact laws that will make fraud punishable. But you ask yourself, who is going to do it? Because even the legislature, are they good example to the citizens? Now, we heard the case of Natasha. We saw how it was done. Somebody trying to use his power. Nobody is saying whether the Senate president is right or wrong. That's not what we are saying. But there should be due process. There should be independent investigation. Things should be done normally. It's not just coming to say we are this, we are suspending this, they are suspending this. It's amazing. It's amazing. And if these things can get to that level, you begin to wonder what is happening in our campuses now, whether they will even take it serious at all. We hear of lecturers trying to victimize the young ladies for mark, threatening them. I know such a thing because when I was in school, I heard of such experiences. I've seen it. There are some lecturers who are my friends. By the time you go to their house in school, when we were in school those days, you see over 6, 7 girls. Some are washing plates, some are cleaning houses, some are in the bed. So you just take the girls by turns. Now these are the kind of graduates we are producing. Graduates who make their way through sexual immorality. And it's so sad and so unfortunate. This we are not going to answer any call now until we are through. It's sad and unfortunate, but how long are we going to continue to tolerate this kind of terrible action? Now, this is the 2nd year anniversary of this government. There are many things that must be put in place. There are many things I expect to be put in place for us to be able to have a healthy nation. Now, even the judiciary, the citizens are no more having confidence in the judiciary. As far as they are concerned, the judiciary is for the highest bidder. We have seen strange judgments that have been coming up of recent. Strange judgments. Where you see facts here, and they use technicalities to knock it out. So even the government institutions are not trusted by the people. Of recent, we see the House of Reps saying that we jail term for those who do not, how do you put it down, for those who did not vote. And some people were laughing because they don't have confidence even in INEC. They don't have confidence in it, that INEC will be able to deliver results. Look at what happened in different areas, different states. Look at Edo State and different states, all kinds of things. That we are talking about elections being concluded even before the voting commences. The results of the election have been concluded even before the voting commences. So we want a situation where we'll be able to have a sanitized system. We want our leaders to understand that whatever they are doing now will have impact on the future. If that impact in the future, what are we telling our youths? That you can get away with illegality? As long as we show that because we have the police, we have the army, we have the judiciary in the side of the government, and so anybody in government can evade justice, we have missed it. Because we are indirectly destroying the country. Those who are in power today will leave tomorrow. They won't be in power forever. We're not running a monarchy. We have a maximum of 8 years and they leave. Now, what are you going to say that you set up down for 2 years? What example are you giving the youth? Because it is now, the youths have lost confidence completely in the government. As it is now, the 3 arms of the government are giving the youth a very bad example. Where you have judgments and you see and you know that this case have been tampered with. The judgments delivered as strange judgments. where you have a legislature that is just an arm of the government. Now it looks as if the judiciary, the legislature, an agency of the federal government. But that is not democracy. That is dictatorship. That's military regime. The judiciary is an arm of government. The legislature is an arm of government. You must understand, they are arms of government. They are independent on their own. These are what make up democracy. But a situation where you have a rubber stamp legislature, anything that the president does, you stamp it. The president is always right. I mean, we saw what happened in the last regime, in the Buhari regime, where we have one of the worst. We thought we had the worst Senate president then, but what is going on now, we cannot even understand again. A man that came up openly to say that the president is the father of the nation, so anything that he says will take. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And that is what led to the failure of that government. And it is now on record that the last administration is the worst in the history of Nigeria. Because they have to checkmate each other. Nobody has monopoly of knowledge. So the reason why you have the judiciary and the executive, because we are human beings. We don't have monopoly of knowledge. It's so important we understand these things, that we are there to checkmate each other, each of the arms of government, they are there to checkmate each other. So at the end of the day, it's even the president that will finally take the glory, because Nigerians will see. We see all kinds of, I don't know how to put it, we see all kinds of decisions that have been made. Even the government agency coming to say Nigeria is this. We are not feeling the effect at all. Nigerians are not feeling the effect of anything. Things are still extremely expensive. Nigerians are suffering. That's a clear fact. It's not, why do we want to lie to ourselves? And instead of to see how we can tackle these issues, we just pay some people on social media to begin to give all kinds of figures. The other day we saw on the social media where say people are not going to announce now bag of rice is 50,000. And I had to make call and make inquiries, check in the market, check those that said that I know. And they said the bag of rice is 84,000. I'm talking about Nigerian rice, not even foreign. So you see, lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. We don't need lies. We want true government, true governance, not lies. This is the second, we are moving towards the second anniversary of this government now. Are Nigerians feeling the impact of the subsidy removal? Fuel is almost 900 naira. Things are extremely difficult. There's no way the fuel will be with 900 naira that things will not be difficult. Because the life of the average Nigerian is tied around fuel. Now, if we have a business committee or a business group or those that work with the president, that will look for a way to ensure that the cost of energy reduced. Look at what happened. Each time Donald Trump is talking, he will tell you of how he has reduced energy. Everybody knows that once energy is reduced, the cost of living will reduce. And you see Donald Trump, the President of America, saying every day, energy has reduced. Energy has reduced. It's about $2 in this place, it's about $3 in this place, it's about $1.8. Because they know that once we have energy, once energy is reduced, once oil is reduced, the price of gasoline is reduced, then the problems of Nigerians are solved. There's no light. Now even the Minister of Power blaming the discourse, blaming this and talking about how we want to increase the cost of energy again, even when the people are already people are suffering. These things will go back to the manufacturer, to the consumers. It's the consumers right now that will bear the pain. It's not the producers, because the producers will pass on the stress to the consumers. Do they really bother about Nigerians at all? What is the purpose of governance? Now look at it this way. The areas we call the food bank of the nation, the areas where where that produces food, like Benue, like Jos. These are the areas that Boko Haram is focusing on. Killing and stopping them from farming. Look at Benue State. It doesn't make sense. And these are the areas they should focus on and flush these bandits. They say these guys are from Benue, these guys are from Mali, they are from Sierra Leone, they are Fulani herdsmen from Sierra Leone. Are you telling me that foreigners are coming to disturb Nigerians? This thing is not right. This is not leadership. The purpose of governance is to provide security. So what can we really say we've achieved in 2 years of this government? Boko Haram that we thought was dying is coming back with full force. The National Security Advisor should change his techniques and think of what to do. Because if farming is disturbed, the life of 200 million Nigerians are being disturbed. That is what every good leader will do. When Donald Trump came in, we saw what he was doing, tackling issues. Tackling the issue of trade, tackling the issue of gasoline, of energy, trying to bring down the price of all these things, trying to reduce tax, doing everything possible. These are people-oriented governments. But this one what we have in Nigeria now, what do we call it? Every day you wake up with bad news. You want to increase tariff on NEPA, on light. When Nigerians are going through hell. The big companies and the rest, what do? You increase it, they will increase the cost of production. A tin of milk now is between 800 to 1,000. This was the same milk that was sold for 180 naira in the last regime, a tin of milk. So when they are talking about inflation going down, I still don't understand what they are saying. Why do we run a system that we want to depend on lies and lies and lies and lies to rule the people? Let's be very sincere. Things are not working well. Let's provide solutions where Nigerians can be able to say, yes, Nigerians can breathe. Please, they should allow the poor to breathe. A bag of rice is over 80,000 naira. I just went to barb my hair now before I came for this podcast. And there's a place there they were selling tomatoes, so I just decided to say, let me just check. And I said, how much is this? They put the whole the tomatoes inside this small rubber that is a little bit smaller than what you use to fetch water from the well. And their bookie says 5,000 naira. That is the same thing they were selling 1,000 naira in Buhari's regime. In fact, when Buhari's regime was ending, Nigerians were thanking God. We were celebrating. We were celebrating that no government will bring pain to Nigerians like the Buhari government. Thank God the Buhari government is going. What we didn't know was that we are falling from fry pan to fire. What they used to sell for 1,000 naira is now 5,000. I saw it, the tomatoes, small mudu, what they call it, small. It's 5,000. I say what? I say it is 5,000 naira. So I think it's time we begin to really appreciate our women, our wives and the rest, how they are able to manage at this kind of time. Because if you as a man will just say, okay, let me even go to the market. When you come back, you will appreciate your wife. Things are stupidly expensive. Stupidly expensive. The foreign Boko Haram, they are making things difficult for farmers. They are destroying our farming because of cow. For goodness sake, is it only cow that Nigerians will eat? The people that are rearing cow are making life difficult for Nigerians. Is it only cow? Nigerians can do without cow. Nigerians can do without cow. I saw a documentary at that time, and we saw African countries. They gave an example. I think was it Botswana, one of these countries. The population is about 2.2 million, and the land they have about 2.1 million cows. How did they manage to live? I don't understand. Because there's lack of sincerity. Even in our security agency, they are not really telling us what is going on. I don't understand how people that are selling cow will make life difficult for Nigerians. People cannot go to farm again. People are dying of starvation because of cattle rearers. Cattle rearers, for goodness sake. Is it only cattle that Nigerian will eat? Will you be eating cow in the morning, cow in the afternoon, cow in the evening regularly without anything, just ordinary cow? Why are those selling cow making things difficult for Nigerians? And why is the government not sincere about it? Has banditry come to stay? Is it now a way of living for Nigerians? Is it now a source of income for the foreign Fulani fighters? Has it come to stay? And why is it impossible for a certain president to take care of this Fulani cattle rearers crisis that wants to destroy Nigeria and make Nigerians to starve to death? Why don't we have the willpower to handle banditry and herdsmen? Look at what is happening even in Borno State, where the governor is shouting. These guys are confident to do anything they like. They stop farmers from going, they do this, they do this. Why are we not being, don't we have intelligence of how to stop this thing? Jonathan said we have Boko Haram in his government. Have they been arrested? Those BP guys that are responsible, why don't we tackle them? Nigeria has the greatest chance to do that. We have a president who said he was not installed. He has his own money, so he used his own money to put himself as president. We have a president right now who has contacts across the nation, from the north to the south to the east to the west. And so if the Tinubu government cannot handle the issue of insecurity, then Nigeria is doomed. We should put bold step and put these Fulani killers to check. We should stop this banditry. This guy stays in the forest. Is it the forest that any normal human being will be staying in the forest? They commit crime, they kidnap, they run to the forest. And you allow them to remain there. All of a sudden, not quite long, we heard of setting up a forest guard. We are so happy. We are waiting to see how it will work. Because we should be able to police our forests. That is where these criminals are staying. They've turned that to their house. We see them every day. We see them on social media. These guys are even bold now to snap it and put it on social media. How they are sharing money in the forest, the cattle areas. For us now to discover that these guys are not Nigerians, it's pathetic, it's painful. How non-Nigerians from Mali and the rest, Fulani from Mali, from Sierra Leone and other places, will come and make life difficult for Nigerians here. And what is the government doing about it? What steps is the government taking? Are we going to continue like this? So we should have government that lead by example. I mean, some years ago when we have MAMSA, Professor Jerry Ghana, if you're a doctor well, you're an engineer well, you are this, teach well, you're a nurse well. The same thing we want to say, if you're a president well. I should use that word. Be a good president, so you will leave a legacy for yourself. What will Nigerians say about you when you live now? In the next 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, when you must have long been gone, in the next 50 years, when some of us will have been gone, what will Nigerians say about Tinubu's government? This is 2 years now. Tinubu is not a young man, he's an old man. I don't think there's any other thing he wants in life again. He has money. As now president, he has achieved what he wants to achieve. He was a senator, he was a governor, now he's a president. So if I were Tinubu, I damn the consequences and fix Nigeria. I damn the consequences and fix Nigeria. It is not to please anybody. At which age will you be pleasing people at the detriment of 200 million Nigerians? Pleasing people. You want to please the north, you want to please the south, you want to please Fulani, you want to please and please. How many people will you please? What Nigerians wants is good leadership, not pleasing leadership to please this, to please this. No. There should be consequences. And those who are in Senate have shown, House of Assembly have shown, that they are more interested in their party and their welfare than Nigerians. We don't see them fighting for Nigerians. No. They are fighting for their pockets. That's why they keep moving from party to party. As it is now, it looks as if APC is immunity against prosecution. Because we keep seeing people who have been alleged to have stolen so much, defrauded their states as governor, as this. The only thing they need to do is to move to APC, and their sins are forgiven. I mean, that's what one of the former governor of Edo State said. Doesn't matter how much you steal, come to the party, you'll be forgiven. And you see mass defection. You see people running up and down, moving around. And I ask myself, what is the purpose of this? What the position Awolowo struggled for, he couldn't get. Tinubu is now in that position. I'm expecting that what Awolowo could not achieve, President Tinubu should be able to achieve. And so that's why we are praying for him. Good governance. To make the life of Nigerians bearable. It's unbearable now. People are suffering. And everything we are saying is all about helping the politicians. You see the fight, even the fight to be councillor is do or die. Because one of the ways to sustain your family and continue to eat and steal is governance. That's why they use charm, they use everything. And the politicians, I will just say this as to say this, the politicians should please leave the judiciary alone. The judiciary should not be corrupted. It's not for the good of anyone. You are in government today. When you are out of government tomorrow, you might need the judiciary, or your son, your children might need the judiciary. Let the judiciary do what is right. They should leave the army alone. The Nigerian army, it doesn't belong to, it's not the president's army. Please, they should leave the army alone. I used to cite this example. There was something that happened some time ago when Donald Trump lost the election, and all hell broke loose. He was threatening and doing all kinds of things. They asked the Secretary of Defense then that this one that looks as if Donald Trump does not want to leave, is the army going to back up Donald Trump to remain in power? And as long as I live, I will not forget what the American general said. He said, we run a constitutional democracy, we don't run a monarchy. Another president has been elected and will defend the constitution. And so please, the police, the army, they are Nigerian police. They are not political police. They don't belong to party. They should defend the constitution and not just protect the president. No. First and foremost, they should defend the constitution. They owe allegiance to the constitution, and that is what they should defend. So we can have a healthy government. And the EFCC and the rest should sit up. I expect a situation where the EFCC will conclude investigation before they go for arrest. All this high-profile crime, I don't understand. The judiciary and the executive, the judiciary and the security agencies should be able to work and bring these high-profile criminals in government to book. All the talk about arresting this, arrest, you keep hearing it in the newspaper. After some time, the whole thing will die down. 1.2 trillion, Yaya Bello, 100 billion, former accountant general, 100 billion, and yet nothing to show for it. But the same judiciary with somebody, the other day we went on tour of the correctional centers. We saw a guy there who has been there for almost 2 years now because he stole egg. He stole a crate of egg. You know how much crate of egg was sold then? Not more than 500, 600 naira. And we have people that stole billions. They'll just take them to remind them for 2 weeks. They release them, grant them bail, they go. That's the end of the case. Is this how we want to continue in Nigeria? Is this how we want to fight corruption that is destroying this country? When one man alone is alleged to have stolen 1.something trillion, on that 100 billion, they get away with it easily. because there's no consequence for corruption for political leaders. And these same people that are stealing billions are the same people that are using the police to chase EFCC and the police to chase the Yahoo boys. What the Yahoo boys are stealing and what those in government are stealing, which one is much? Which one? In as much as we want to stop Yahoo, by all means, something drastic must be done to put an end to this kind of governance, this kind of corruption in governance. This kind of corruption in governance should not go on. People must be dealt with. They focus a lot on the executive, but they don't focus on the state governors. I mean, they focus on the president, but not on the state governors. That's where a lot of looting is taking place. Looting is taking place. And you ask yourself, what is the state governors doing? We have a governor in Rivers State that seems to be working, and all of a sudden, they have to remove him and bring an administrator, name of emergency. Because there's somebody there that is beating the drum that people were dancing. How long are we going to continue like this? How long? Always remember there's always consequences. The people have been pushed to the wall. The people must be pushed to the wall. The politicians should retrace their step and provide good governance. Not just the executive, the three arms of government, legislature, the executive, and also the judiciary. They should provide transparent leadership. The youths are watching and they've lost confidence in governance. Until we meet again tomorrow, I want to say that please, Mr. President, this is the second year anniversary. If you are about to celebrate, bring in policies that will also make Nigerians celebrate. Allow the poor to breathe, because the poor are suffering. Things are extremely expensive. Instead of also hear good news, we keep hearing bad news every day. Increasing tariff on this government, they want to increase tariff on NEPA, they want to do this, they want to do this. The subsidy removing fuel, we've not seen the money. What did they use the money to do? How has the money impacted in the life of Nigerians? The allocation to the state governors has increased, and so the level of embezzlement has increased. Where have you heard before that a governor was accused of stealing 1 point something trillion? Because they've increased their allocation, so there are more money to steal. We want good governance. It's so important because the people are pushed to the wall.